Welcome back to the Millions Super High Roller Sochi, event number 5, short deck. Bigger buy-in, same game that we've been watching. 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s removed. That's 36 cards in the deck, not 52. Equities run closer, and look at this. Some familiar faces in the building. Here is Tai Ha with the lead, Paul. Phua and Richard Yong. Seeing him for the first time this week. Aaron Vlan Blarcum in there as well. Michael Soyza, Sergey Lebedev. This is going to be some high-level stuff.
Check. Trap me. Maybe. Sneaky, sneaky.
Richard may trade no. Richard trade third guy.
Oh,
well,
quads.
He'll be trapping this flop.
That'll interest Richard.
Yeah, the phone goes away. Attention gets turned to the table.
He's just praying. Someone have kings, someone have aces, someone have something.
Everyone checks through once again. Paul's reaction has a king, but flush has come. There is a straight possible with Richard +2. Tai closing the action has a bit more of a decision about it. But I mean, it does kind of look like no one wanted anything to do with this pot, doesn't it, Jeff? But he's not.
No flusher.
Okay.
Quads.
Okay.
Yeah, check. And then 15. How to bet?
No bet.
Oh no, yeah.
Comfortable favorite here, Aaron.
What is it? Ace
Oh
queen.
no! Oh no, Jeff.
Ace queen, and it's
Asking for.
it's short deck as well. It's harder. That's a
Yeah,
pretty.
Six.
Oh, diamond action.
Whole host of outs
flush.
added. There it is.
I mean,
high flush.
King high flush.
Still
Jeff
no-
knew straight away.
Ace queen
You
just.
keep out full.
Straight away, he said,
Yeah, so
"Uh
nothing,
oh."
Nothing.
Yeah.
More than 200. All in.
All right, we're all in here. Ace queen, 8-9. Phil gonna hop in. Ace queen. I'm telling you, I'm out. I'm just out on ace queen. There's life. There's outs. There's still Phil fading a ton here, and he's gonna fill up. Look at that, Mr. Ivey, fan favorite, getting it done. The 8-9 suited, limp in, bear trap.
89, so 75.
Oh, Danny and Phil leading the way on this one, both with 363,091 antes. Stevie also chipped up nicely. Mikita, Aaron, and John all short.
And there's a real hand.
That is the hand. Ace King of Diamonds. Beautiful
Why
hand.
there's 10 in front? Too much.
And Mikita's up stuck here. He had a lot of chips. Still 200, but he is downturned a bunch. Hard for him to be too sour today. He just already ripped off a first place in the 50K for over 700,000 to start. So
Beautiful day for him.
Yeah.
Went up this morning, picks up 765, drops in a 50K.
yeah,
All right, we've messed around with Jiang's name. We seem to have got it right now. He's limping nines. Danny overlimps Jack 9 of spades. Phil on the button.
may see some fireworks here. Yep.
Yeah, rips it
And
in.
Mikita is not going to fold this.
Yeah, we've.
I can't imagine. Although when he starts thinking, yeah, no, he can't fold. Right?
No, he's
Phil's
not
gonna
folding.
have-
No, he's loving
he's
life
just
here with Ace
thinking-
King of Diamonds. This is a beautiful spot.
Yeah,
He's only got 200K as well. He'd be in for anything.
yeah. This will thin the field. We'll see heads up, and no ace, king, or queens out there from the other players. So, guess you would think that favors Mikita.
Yeah, the deck card's got to help Mikita as he looks to make a
How
pair.
much is the biggest stack?
Danny,
Danny, this is what we're talking about. Like, so these three-way all-ins.
yeah,
Be
Jack
a really
10,
good shape with
Jack
hands like
10
this.
suited. He may put it in, but
84.
You see, even when he's got queens right on top of it. This was like ace
this
king
would,
and kings.
this would be an
On
interesting
Mikita
one
you
to see
have
the equities on.
220.
What it?
284, right?
Oh,
See, 29%
Yeah.
in this instance. But if he was ace king and, like, say, kings, I think he'd be over 33. He'd be probably the favorite. Obviously, they're
yeah.
not quite the same chip
That
levels.
is Jack. If it wasn't a Jack, it would have called.
It's a strong hands.
I blocked neither of you.
We call the floor too. 220. Ace.
Do I have it? Oh, shit, that's it.
Last one?
Yeah, gotta have one more allowance.
Just a queen for Phil. Some run to help.
We have more chips then.
That'll be that. Phil is left with a few chips, though. 70,000
chips.
more
We
than
have 284, yeah.
Mikita.
220.
Ivey with
Phil
the
all in.
flicking it in there. Pretty good hand, but down to 51.
Jason's going to give his mate a spin. Phil more than happy for the action.
Best of luck.
Holding the best of it with ace king.
Keep you around a while.
Oh, he's looking good. Looking a whole lot better now. Phil with a double up. Jack comes for the rub down.
51.
Bacardi.
And he gonna hit trips. Phil with absolute airball. I guess Phil's thinking it favors more his range here, and he actually is
Right.
going to take a little stab at it because the hands that he is limping, there's not many 9Xs. I guess 8-9 suited, 9-10 suited. Other than
Yeah,
that,
it's a
Jack
little
9 suited, there's not a ton.
Right, it's a little surprising he has 9-10 off to us.
Right.
So yeah, certainly worth a stab from Phil.
And,
Ah, this is got business.
Bad card from Phil's point of view if you want to
Yeah.
try and bluff.
Last call, ding, ding, ding.
yeah, this is really unlucky for Jiang, but not even just from he's going to win the pot almost certainly, but just more so now his hand goes from like super under rep disguise to kind of obvious he would have a king here. I mean, he's going to be worried Phil could have a king, but I think he's going to have to check back. Just sort of Doing a little looking around other stacks. He actually has about the same stack as Jiang.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow, this actually is super sick because I guess Phil's got to realize king is like likely here.
Right, but can Phil just try and rep the 9? I mean,
Right.
Phil looks like he's got 9. He bet the flop, he checked back turn, and I know obviously in Hold'em we wouldn't try and rep this, but short deck.
Yeah, this is a crazy run
You
out. I mean,
overbet
it's
jam?
sick that if yeah.
He's going to give him a chance.
Oh wow, Phil just not interested.
Jason going to bet out again in this game. Every hand needs a little bit of protection. I think it's a 10 could be good here.
I think we only have to bet 8. Well, it's not a blind, it's an ante game. Are you guys,
What's the minimum bet?
it's 1 ante or 2?
1 NT or 2 NT?
Probably 2, right?
No, post
What's
flop.
flop?
Oh really? You can bet 8 and so that's interesting. That's a little counterintuitive. Crowd going wild for Paul in the Twitch chat. Said if anyone can do it, Paul can do it.
The savior of ace queen, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Turn king, let's check. Phil with ace, not low kicker. Happy to check back. Makes aces full of kings. Bad run up for Jason. Beats absolutely nothing now. King,
Yeah,
jack,
maybe
king,
he's
queen,
thinking
queen, jack.
though. Maybe he's thinking that maybe Phil could just have a 10 as well.
Right. So he's going really small here. Thinks queen high might be good. Is that what he's doing?
He's repping quads.
I mean,
Quad kings running.
8K with I mean,
Aces lock.
it's a value bet, right? It's a value block.
I think it's also interesting. Like, there's not. I guess weak ace makes sense to check back. But he's trying to think, what ace does Phil have that he
And on
call flop checks turn?
Right.
I guess makes those that's weak aces, yeah. And he's on the button. It makes a lot of sense. Gonna think about this time make on this. Surprising a bit.
At the same time, what bluffs does Phil have when he calls the flop?
Right.
I mean, definitely plays ace-6, ace-7, ace-8, ace-9 the same way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of combos of value.
Yeah, he was the dealer button. He was forced in there.
You're saying basically at this point you think he's turned like 10-8 into a bluff if you call here. An ace just as likely as a 10. And an ace is always going to raise. A 10 isn't. Jason lays it down. But he was thinking.
Phil shooting him some glances like, come on, man. Don't give me that. Give me that 1/9 pot min bet. Pretty dry flop here.
Nothing for anyone.
Jason does have a diamond. Look at this instinct here. Gonna bet, and this is gonna work, I think.
And Jeff, I do think the payouts actually are out. Looks like 8 paid, 100K for 8th, up to a first prize of 800,000.
Whoa.
Phil with the back doors, sticking around with it. Well, sticking around with interest. Little check raise.
Nice play there.
He knows. He's played enough with Paul. He knows what's up here. Yeah, so $800,000 first prize.
Down to 22, a couple more dropping out.
Stuff, obviously, ace-9 diamonds. Like, if you ran into a hand like kings, you're looking at 45%.
Table break.
If you ran into, ace-king, then you're 40%. Well, set for White King, nut flush draw for Phil with, what, a gut shot, 6. We're going to see some fireworks here.
Yeah, Yong, I mean, this 9s hand is...
It's hot.
It's been hot. Most sets for sure we've seen with 9s. And so the thing is with the set, you lose to... Even a boat would lose to a flush, but it's such a powerful hand. 72 in the middle. His stack's also
Right,
low.
he's short. It's Phil gets just...
I'm going to call here. I guess he has some good options.
Right, you call here as well. Perhaps let a weaker flush draw in. It's pretty crucial. Has the button. Doesn't want to give up his position. There it is. Not a card White King wanted to see. Reduces just 1 out.
Yeah, is there any merit to check it? I think so, right? Let your opponent... Board does pair, but it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
flush wins still. I mean, so he loses the quads and quads only, and would he ever bet queens on the flop?
No.
The answer is no. And I mean, listen, if you're going to lose nut flush to quads anyway, it's...
Jack 10 of clubs is the only combo you lose to, and it's just not what's happening here.
Yeah.
Nice fold from White King. Not falling for the check back. I don't see White King doing anything but calling.
I mean,
Oh, say Sage just calling. He's only got 300k back actually.
yeah, the sick part is...
This is it just goes in,
tough.
doesn't it?
All in?
Phil
Yeah.
has aces,
130 more?
kings, ace queen.
300 more.
No, over his bed.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, because also this is a function of Ivey's spot. So he's only really repping... You block 6s and 7s. Like he's repping queens. Would he raise queens like this? So it's kind of like you said. It looks like aces, kings,
Right.
ace, queen, you know, queen, king. So wow, all around it.
He holds.
Just like that.
And you win the bounty for winning a hand with 7-6 off.
What's he gonna do? A little more. More. Bigger raise. Makes sense. I guess the bigger. Got to put what's not Hold'em. If he had called, that might be one Jason just loves to ship in there.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Jason on the button. We've seen him jam a couple of times. I saw Phil sort of scout around the table when he was thinking about sizing there. That might be a trap.
Hung enough.
Let's see. Can Jason get something going? Been running pretty badly here in Sochi. Well, so far so good.
I think we're gonna
Spikes to
chop.
Jack.
Fucking dude,
Why did he say it?
I'm the worst at sucking out this week. That's not a good skill to be bad at.
Wow.
Good luck.
I almost called king queen.
Have fun.
What do you think of the king jack off jam there? I guess just figuring that with his stack,
I mean-
Yong's limping a lot at
Yeah, he
this
had what,
stage with that
30
stack.
full anti, 30
Yeah.
antis left, 15 buttons. White can have been limping quite a lot.
Yeah,
It seems fine to me.
pretty dirty run out as well. Give him the dominating into a great spot and then
Yeah,
just
the Jack 7-8 rainbow looks like one you might just hold
黑
on.
咁多馬打出咗，知兩鋪唔冇啊。
Something for everyone on this board. Ivey out in front with top pair. 6, betting 40, half pot. Not one he wants to get too wild about. Wow, the pool just went to go with a pair and a gut shot. Kind of surprised. Maybe because there's a break coming up. That was it.
he's hungry.
Yeah, hungry or a toilet break or something. But Jeff, as we reach this break, sadly that is where we leave the coverage for tonight. As we do, Phua and Yong leading the way on this feature table. 50k short deck, and that's how things look. Phil Ivey, wow, what a run up he must have had, up to 2.9 million in chips as we start the day. Yong, the last man in the field. 1.6 million Cary Katz on this table, and look who else is there. Aaron van Blarcum. He says, let's see 3. And again, another garbage hand for him, Queen 6. But Queen 10-6, not so garbage anymore. Top and bottom, Wykin with the nut spade draw. He's going to come out betting 210,000 chips in the pot, 130 the bet. Phil going to just call, it looks like, with top and bottom. Has position. Happy to play down the streets. And a terrible card for him. 10 pairs up. Going to file barrel number 2 here. Doesn't think Phil's ever strong, flatting the button. Phil might not expect him to bet many queens on the turn. Expecting to raise the big pairs pre, so may want to stick around here, even though his kicker got counterfeited, but does let it go. Like in. And I guess, Jeff, the kind of hands that Phil would limp call this raise with are the ones that Cary's king-queen does best against, right? Queen-jack suiteds, queen-10 suited, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, Phil's going to flick it in with the 9s. This is just Phil being Phil, isn't he? He just fancies himself down the streets against Cary. He's going to...
Yeah, this could be a spot where he knows maybe Cary's not going to step out, maybe do too much bluffing, but still 9s, you know, obviously you can hit a 9, but it's hard to win without. And Cary's not going to love this flop.
I mean, Phil shouldn't have too many aces here. Should he? And Cary can have ace, king, ace, queens. This should just be a bet, quarter to third of the pot and win it. But there we go. This is why Phil perhaps called pre-flop, Jeff, because Cary's just going to play pretty honest versus him.
Yeah, and also so let's think about this hands. He thinks that makes sense now. I think he might, you know what, Cary may just jam ace king though.
Right.
But also maybe we just I think at the stage he would jam kings too and queens. So it's kind of interesting. Also, I guess Cary would check back aces, that's hard to make a set or flop a house. But if Cary had kings or queens, he would check here, and he's not gonna like that flop, and Phil's gonna get to make a nice move. Granted, he had the best hand, but still.
Yeah, Phil just putting the pressure on. Always a fan favorite, just a favorite in poker. Well, he is second in chips though, just ahead of Sam and Greenwood, but it is Mikhail Rudoy leading the way, a Russian up top, Jeff. It's only right.
Yeah, see how fast things change. He was short, all in versus Sam Greenwood.
Right.
Held ace, queen, ace, 10, and then he got there against Paul, and that's that.
Yeah, this game does move fast. Confirmation, pull out in $800,000. Nice. Does I need aces this hand? He's found queens. Is an easy fold to that action, and probably would have called the jam, Jeff, of Wyken, I think. But
You want to call him with 10-9-3 to do here?
I had queens.
It'd be interesting actually if Rudoy didn't go in, what he would do.
yeah, he's calling. He's calling with queens, I think.
You had queens?
Yeah,
No, get out of here.
I did. 2 red queens.
Set for Mikhail.
I think.
Does bring Wyken a gut shot.
That's not good news.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear, is it? Chasing a queen. Someone says a fold of queens.
Oh, sorry.
Heart.
No, it's okay. How do I?
6 of heart.
How do I still Kira, do you want 2 queens back?
So we know Wyken reduces just the 2 outs.
No.
Huge pot, Jeff. 3 million in there.
No.
Yeah.
This will really give Mikhail a solid grip on this one.
Oh, thank
Oh!
Okay, maybe
Wow.
it was one red queen and one black queen. I promise you I had queens. I swear I had the queen of hearts and another queen.
Wow.
I swear to God. I wasn't 100% sure if it was red queen.
First I was like, oh, why are these guys playing like ace 8 or these
know what it is.
kind of hands? But I said the price is always so good. You could flop trips, you could flop 2 pair. Ace 8 can make some wheels.
There's some interest here in this one. Aaron flops the double gutter with the queen high flush draw. Cary the open-ended straight flush draw. Wyken the nut flush draw. Mikhail bottom 2.
Don't forget aces with the ace of diamonds up there.
Yeah, and there's the straight for both Aaron and Cary.
Cary out the straight flush action.
The jack of diamonds is the one here, isn't it?
would
Straight
be-
flush versus nut flush.
That would be quite a card.
And Aaron is going to bet his straight, has, say, a redraw. And Cary, the decision then how Aaron with
he
700k
raising?
back. No, it's just cooling.
Oh, calling. Okay, I was gonna say that wouldn't make much sense. The aces goes away with the ace of diamonds.
It's a weird spot for Cary, right? You have 2 sevens, so you block Aaron having a straight. So you are a little bit more concerned that he might have flopped something like a flush. But instead he hits his redraw.
Yeah, and this is not the card Cary wants to see. Kind of sneaky hand for Aaron to improve to a queen here as well, to a queen high straight.
Right, Cary thinks he either had a flush or he somehow had a 7. Doesn't expect to lose to a higher straight. Aaron just under pot behind.
Yeah, Aaron with the blocking the flush. He's trying to think, is he really hit a Jiang card?
Right.
In a lot of respects, but it was so many multi-way, and would Cary play a flush like this? It was safe Cary.
And I think he's probably not expecting Cary to check a straight on the turn. So yeah, he's gone half pot, which I think Cary looks like maybe more likely to have had a set or top 2 or something when he calls the turn, but like it's conceivable, Jeff, that if he had 8s, 9s or 10s, he may have checked that flop, right? It's a very dangerous looking board in a multi-way pot. And then perhaps called 1 bet, try and fill up.
Call.
He's gonna get shown the bad news there.
And I can see why Cary's made the call here. I mean, he has 2 sevens.
I folded aces, so he says.
They're giving Cary a hard time. Everyone's saying the aces are out.
Well, as flops go, it's a pretty good one.
Some wheel stuff. Cary looks pained.
I don't want the king of clubs anymore.
7 of clubs.
I don't even want a king anymore.
Jack of clubs for the
Terrible board.
maximum sweat.
Boom. That's good. Ooh, bad card.
10 of clubs.
Play good cards.
7
Not horrible,
outs.
they got
1
5
pull.
outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like look at all the other cards.
He's got 7 outs.
4 more outs,
Oh, no,
right?
the ace is
So
folded.
it's
1 ace was folded. He's got 7.
survive.
Safe.
I think.
Full double up for El Jefe.
This table and you double. 8.
Now he's in at 2 million. He's part of that little club in the middle.
Yep.
Oh, I guess.
He's going to have a little look. Both have backdoor straight draw as well. Here it comes. 7 or jack now will give either the straight. Sam obviously check calling here. He's going to try and rep some other straights should they come. Like he would have taken off on a 7. Does now go check, check. 8 pairs up. Sam certainly have some stronger kings. Mum with a bet. Yeah, like king, queen perhaps. Would have check called a set, you'd imagine as well, if he'd limped in with 9s. Oh, he's going pretty big. And we'll see, I suppose, Jeff, he has a 10, so he blocks. He has queen 10, so he blocks some of the hands he wants Phil to be bluffing with. So this sizing is really going after Phil's king X.
Yeah, it's such a sneak. The queen 10 on this board is pretty sneaky. If you make you hit the gut shot. Well, it's not on the turn. He's got the extra, but it's just, it sucks to be Phil here. You have like the worst hand you could have.
I'm having a good time. I like this spot.
And Sam gonna get it done.
I like no. Yeah, these tournaments are more fun than No Limit. I mean, I love No Limit tournaments.
Yeah, team 2 game face here. He's got pretty good hand, and he's decides to again the benefit of
wow, Ivey says no ICM here, pal.
I've had enough. He said, I see what you're doing. You got a big stack, and I'm gonna.
Wow.
Unreal golf.
Cary Katz impressed. Sam Greenwood probably the opposite. See how it works out. 2-1 favourite Ivey for the double up and to take the chip lead here in our 50k short deck. Ace Queen 10 while Greenwood just flops the joint. Well, Phil, he's heroed it off and he's been punished. He needs a king.
Don't say that in the flop in short deck.
What an unlucky flop for Phil.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, he's got
10
some.
or an ace for the win. King for the chop.
This is short deck.
Phil Ivey, another final table.
Greenwood being forced to sweat. Oh, it is the 10.
Wow, the hard way. Holy Ivey right there, back in the game.
Ivey. Chip
What
leader.
a hand.
Sam Greenwood putting the pressure on the medium stacks. Phil Ivey having none of it. Says, I call you with ace jack. Makes a house. Now, good luck the field. Closer to 30 antes than
It's
20.
kind of, it's funny, yeah, because like here, you really have to get through that first limp, right? Like you're not
Right.
worried about the other guys, which is also makes in. This guy, Rudoy, has been in some tough spots here now. He's just thinking, why did that queen come? Wow.
He does make the
Whoa.
call, and it's a flip, Jeff. It's as close as you get. Mikhail's ace jack. Slightly better hand, slightly better stack.
I'm a little bit, I guess I'm a little surprised by that because Seth's played pretty
Yeah, I
in
guess
line too, but
maybe he thought that Seth's going to take advantage of the fact that Phil limped in.
yeah. Just the same thing though, you're at risk with ace jack.
Right, but if you're up against kings or queens, you're pretty close. 8-8-9.
He said that's all me. I mean, it's not the best flop. Still only 33%. Oh,
Here we go.
There's more looking like him
Here
now.
we go. 6 jack or king.
Actually, though, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it takes away the 10 from him, and it's gonna brick out.
What's that, Seth? Oh, unlucky. He saw everyone double up. First time he's at risk. Out
Yeah.
you go.
It's pretty unlucky. I mean, it's also that's frustrating. You know, you're here, you're at a 50k, 800,000 a first, 7-handed. You get jacks to bite here, and
It does.
it does
There we go.
bite, but it's also for Ivey. You know, it's like
He's snapping.
kind of you're
He's-
trapping in a way, but it's just such a big hand.
It is a fair fight. You hear them say ace king versus jacks.
Big moment here.
Huge pot. 7.3 million chip pot.
Yeah.
Jeff, and all this talk about Ivey. If he loses this one, he's got just 500k behind.
Yeah.
West meets east.
Big moment.
King 10-8. Ivey looking good. Of course, not many cards that don't give Mikhail extra
2 outs it says currently, but most likely on this turn
Right.
that'll fly up.
He's going to have something. Unless
Yeah.
the board pairs or it comes a 6. Well, it does come a 6. Here we go. The safest card in the deck for Phil. Just the 2 outs with 1 pull.
Safe.
Safe indeed. And Mikhail, wow, he had a roller coaster ride in this final table.
Yeah.
Jack's really the hand that's cost him both times.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, Luke will be playing away in that 100, and there you go, that's the case. Aaron, Wykin, and Cary all around the 20 anti-mark, which is why Phil gets to do a little victory jam anytime Sam gets out of the way. As they look to ladder up, 200k locked up.
Oh, you just threw it in thinking you were the button. That's why you didn't raise it up in the first place. You got us some extra money. You got
Phil
me an
getting
extra
these guys with the old, I thought it was the button, I didn't realise I was limping under the gun last hand. Phil's been around the block. He knew he was limping under the gun.
He knows
Don't
exactly,
fall for that one.
exactly what's going on.
It's brilliant. I love him. It just
He knows how
every
many-
little
yeah.
bit of speech of him is always working at something.
He knows exactly how many people are in the room, in the entire room there. Come on.
Aaron ripping it in for a bit of shrapnel. Sam isolates ace
I
queen.
like it.
Very happy to see Phil fall behind, and yet again,
Live. I like
Jeff,
it.
we
Come
see
on, let
nearly
me
a
win
flip.
this one. Let me chip up one more time. Let me chip up. Just put a king 9 out there. End it.
Never ended.
That's close enough. I'll take it. Ah, shoot.
Well, ace in the window, but a king rolled out behind.
Damn, ace.
Aaron not done yet.
Window card. Cary is has the most rooted interest here.
And
more. Cary Katz gonna level up there. Very happy to see that.
Cary's really good at jinxing people.
all right.
No,
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Cary's honestly, it's
10.
And he know he's doing it on purpose too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's fucking strong.
First one is I call. What you got?
Wykin's
you got
ripped
the
in
nuts.
9-10 of clubs. Cary looks at an ace
We'll
and says,
keep it a
cool.
surprise.
Okay.
Surprise? Let's make it a surprise.
6 of clubs.
I don't know what it is.
6 of
gaming
clubs.
regulations. I don't know if we can do that.
Six
That'd be
of
fun
hearts.
if they
Of course
keep
we
it
can do
down.
that. Oh, come
No,
on.
This
I'm an
is
underdog.
Casino Sochi, man. They run a tight ship.
Come on. You got to let him have the little
Actually, they
sweat.
probably folded aces, so I'm good.
That would have been fun to see that, but I like
I must-
Wykin Yong's hand here.
That's pretty good.
Before the
I
flop.
can carry his hand now.
That's, yeah, that's good.
Not really.
No,
I thought it was. I thought it was a
Not
straight
really.
draw. I thought it was a straight draw.
Cary
okay,
really
it is
walks
good. I thought it
everyone
was
through
straight
the situation.
Get 8 of clubs, 8 of clubs.
Yeah,
come on.
it's the sweat.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
4 outs, spread and nothing.
better than nothing. Yeah, there's some worse cards. Wykin Yong realizes it's affordable, this one, though. He's
Yeah,
still going to
this
be in the
isn't,
game. But, you know, it's
It's not
nice.
idea to double up the short stack, but
That's so cool.
You were the
see, it'd been
perfect
so much more
person
fun
to
if
double
Cary
up.
hadn't seen the 7.
I had 9-10. That's such a bad fold.
I had 10-8.
Who was?
Big pot this one, Jeff. 3 million.
Yeah, no, it's
Wykin
huge.
holds.
Why can't I miss?
And if you're
Cary's loving life.
Cary is excited just for the opportunity, 30% for a pay jump.
There it is.
Oh,
Oh, there it isn't.
Whoa.
Oh wait. Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, wait.
That's a huge flop for
Very good
Wykin.
flop.
Can end
Man, the
this one
door
with a
cards
club.
have been
Just
spicy.
Chop it up.
Cary rooting for a chop, actually. Doesn't want to see Wykin
take a
Yong
chop.
double. That's the nuts in style.
The flush for good measure.
Yep, straight.
How do you wake up with queens? All right. I'm in trouble.
All right, we can be quiet. Let Cary
queen
talk
would've
us
been
through
good.
this board.
Yeah.
Nice and low. Bunch of low stuff. Man, that's
Still
that is better than I could do,
32%.
man.
Queens versus 8-9
Tens
off.
are
A little different than No Limit Texas Holdem.
Tens are horrible.
I had queen 8.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
There we go. Double
about as
gutter.
good a flop as you can
Queen of
get.
6. Yeah, belly
Yeah,
flop.
50-50.
That's like the miracle flop.
It is. They're
What deck?
50-50.
King.
I don't want a king.
I just feel like you have no chance to win this hand, by the way.
King, look at this. That is
That's
a
a
bad card.
terrible
The
card.
worst
Now
card.
you have the 6. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, still has a
He
6.
had the 6
King, How did
anyway.
you call the king? I think you call it. The king was a great card for you.
All right.
Well, ace not a bad one either. Cary Katz
Cary.
walks out in fourth, 250k.
Cary's just always there. I mean, how many? Is this 3 or 4? 3 for him, probably.
3 for him, I think. Yeah, he's just one behind Aaron. Mr. Ivey got the aces. Limps in. Sam checks back king out of clubs. Rutrow. This could be a big one, Jeff. We got top set against the nut flush draw and a pair.
Action. Top set Ivey. No big deal. What a board, though. I mean, I guess for Greenwood, you know, it's a little unlucky. He's got that pair flush draw. He's got to think, you know, against the set, this is like the worst hand he could be against. Even like ace queen, his 8 would be live. But
Right.
or you know, ace jack, he's got the whole shalada. But here, he's really just drawn to that flush. And for Ivey, a bit unlucky. Oh well, that
Wow.
actually now that's a sight you'd love to see if you're a Phil Ivey fan.
Quads for Ivey. Greenwood still with that nut flush draw. Remember, in this game, flush beats a house. So we can see Greenwood 0%, but he's going to think he's still doing okay in this
Gotta
one.
love it. Slip some rope, you know, in case some. I mean, just pretty special stuff here. This is I mean, if a flush runs out, if a club were to come, oh my goodness gracious, come on.
Wow, we have quads versus nut flush in short deck.
Wow. This is, honestly, I mean, is there any chance it
This
doesn't?
just goes in,
it's
right?
in.
It's
It's
in.
going in. How could it not go in?
If Ivey bets, Sam's going to raise, Ivy's going to jam.
This is insane. And Sam is thinking about Vegas and the Mirage, and this is the one that you don't get there. You're on your way and you don't get to in the door somehow. This is, I mean, there's just no other. I mean, it's just none. There's hand combination 1, right? All the other ones are houses.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, I guess you might think Phil could have a lower flush, but a full.
Right.
You know that a full house doesn't beat.
But you're going to raise up here. You're going to get.
You get raised and you think maybe
you're
Phil
gonna
has
be a
like
bit
the queen
sick,
high
but-
or whatever, and a flush, yeah.
I mean, he's not going to like it when he gets jammed on.
He's probably. I don't even
But you
think
got
he
the king
thinks
flush.
long. Wow.
Obviously, you lose the 10-9 of clubs and you lose the aces. Those are the 2 hands you can lose to here.
And if you're Phil, you lose. Or
Same for Phil,
you
he
lose
loses to the 10-9 of clubs and the king 10 of clubs. I mean,
no, king 10 of clubs, right? That's it.
sorry, yeah, king 10 of clubs only.
So there's one hand you lose if you're Phil, and
There's 2 if you're Sam.
yeah. So it's the biggest cooler you'll see, really.
Sam's going to feel sick, but he can't fold. Quads.
Wow.
Have some of that.
Wow. What a hand. I mean, this is a sick 3-handed, 1 versus 2 stack in the biggest cooler you're going to see possible. Unbelievable stuff. I mean, that's great. What a run out. What a hand.
That is ludicrous.
That is absolutely nuts. Sam Greenwood, one of the best players in the world. Really fun to watch. Nice score for him, and that is. You know what? Phil Ivey was all in, 3-handed, multi-way. Do you remember 8-9 of diamonds? Very short, and here he is.
Here he is with a whopping lead. Kim with 3.3 million. The last man to register is down to the last 2. He has 56 antes, but Phil Ivey with a whopping 194.
And here we are.
And Ivey will take the same board again, holding Queen 10. And he's going to limp in here. Ken raises. But Phil's going to be happy to call and see a flop with this hand.
Similar to Holdem.
Does he know how good a shape he's in?
Right. Similar to Holdem, you want to raise when the small blind, big blind, kind of your worst hands and your best hands, and this is one of the worst hands in short deck. So Yong, it's going to outflop Phil and has position.
All right.
And this exact thing's going to target all those Jack 10, Queen 10, Queen King, King Jack hands. So a great flop for Yong, and really showing his understanding of the situation and board textures as well. And Ivey found himself in a good spot, a little unlucky on that flop.
A couple of short deck cashes in the Bahamas at the Millions World. Oh, yeah, he's been busy at short deck.
Oh right, that's the one Leon won,
Right, yeah.
and it was 14 and 15. It didn't qualify for a bracelet, but I know that's one Leon will take to be a highlight of his career,
Right,
beating Ivey heads up. All right, so Ivey's been in form for tournament here. Boy, I didn't realize he was. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's not too long ago. And Yong is going to be speeding here with not a lot of a path. This is a hand he's not going to get to fold. This innocuous 8 ends up making Phil a pretty strong hand. And he is going to need some serious help on the river. I mean, there's a couple cards like a 6 or an ace that could. Oh my goodness.
How about 10?
Well, you just don't want to think that's in the realm of possibility, but this is a especially unfortunate run out for Phil.
The Gin 10.
So it's all about sizing here. Phil calls the turn. You know, Phil has like an ace jack or ace queen in his hand, or a 2-pair combination. How can he get away? And he goes a little over half pot.
Yeah, it feels like with these kind of hands, Jeff, where you don't block any pairs, straight to one of the hands you like to size up with.
Yeah.
Your opponent can definitely have 2 pair. I mean, Phil's not falling for this sizing, is he? Ever.
Can't think so. He's definitely, his alarm bells are going up though. Off, like he loses to a fair amount of hands. Fair amount. The ace 2 pairs, the straight, which the straight you kind of just have to shrug, and like if your opponent really had a gut shot and gets it. The rare time bank for Phil. I see he's got a pile of them over there.
Yeah. Phil checking that button doesn't have that many strong hands, and I think this is one he just has to put into the cool range. Sure, he does have some better, but not many. Yeah, he does make the call, and I think it's the right call. Obviously, he's going to get the bad news. Yeah, getting very close in chips momentum with Wykin, and he has the better hand once again. Seven repeats on the turn. Phil going to put the pressure on. Well, he's gone quarter pot. Tough spot for Wykin. He does have to let it go. Ivey limiting Jack 9 of clubs. Wykin checking Queen 8 of clubs on the button.
A lot of clubs. And wow, I was just going to say, it's almost impossible to see club over club, but this is a
double gut shot for Wykin with the better flush draw. Phil pair and flush draw.
Wow, this is spelling a lot of trouble for potentially Phil. A really good card though. Look, he jumps into the lead now all of a sudden.
Right, Brit comes means his jack's still good. Remember, guys, flush beats a full house in this game. If this comes a club, we're still going to see carnage.
Wow.
Well, we're not seeing carnage. We're seeing a queen. So Wykin takes the narrowest of leads, queens and tens.
Phil
That
Ivey
had all the making, Jeff, for a big pot.
And Phil's actually, it's interesting enough that he's going to bet. This is not.
Right.
Both don't like these runouts, but with Queen 8,
well.
this is a great bet, and this is actually. You know, if you're watching at home, you see the run out, you go, oh, man, it's been unlucky, or Phil's going to end up losing this hand. But, you know, it's like if you're Wykin Yong,
right,
what are you going to do? You got a queen, you beat like nothing.
Right. And it makes sense. Phil can definitely have hands like King 10 and Queen 10. One with full house, one's a straight. He can have King Jack.
Yeah.
And he's been limping all his hands, so he can still have aces. He can still have Ace King.
Wrong game.
Another question, do we know if Phil Ivey is going to play any event? Well, he's been playing every event, so I can imagine that will continue.
All in.
Phil moves all in with Queen Jack, Wykin will call Ace Jack.
Oh, here we go.
As you see, 60 to 35.
For 2 million, right?
2.6.
2.6.
Oh, I didn't know you had that much.
Yeah.
Still.
Phil with a chance to win it though, Jeff, right here, right now.
Yeah. Queen Jack seems dangerous here. You know, Ace Jack in the lead, but not by a ton. Make a lot of straights, and of course the queen around. And pretty good flop for Wykin.
Right, an 8 for a chop.
For me, yes.
Jack for a chop. Queen for the win for Phil.
10, 9.
Ace.
Ace it is.
How much is it?
Phil asking for hopeful cards, and Wykin just shut it down and said, look, how about an ace? There it is.
We go back to a 2-1 lead for Phil.
2-6-2.
There you go.
Wykin rips it
There's
in.
not many hands you have to say what you're doing. Yeah, he said have a
Damn,
pair. Yeah.
So
This
Phil,
is,
65-35. That's all it is. Aces versus Jack 10.
Yeah, I'd say there's maybe one hand where you don't have to verbalize for sure what to do, but
And as you say,
I'm
Jeff,
good against
one double up,
you,
it
Phil.
switches all
Oh,
around.
man, don't-
Wykin could take a 10-5
Okay, I
lead
wasn't
if he
very
wins
good
this
against
pot.
you. I felt this.
oh my goodness.
My
Come.
word. 10-10-9. The grin appears all over Wykin's face. Phil,
What did you say? Ace on a turn, right?
he's
Remember that?
sick.
I don't remember that. Nothing that ever happened.
Wykin Yong knows it's still jumbled in there. And no straight
Wow.
options there for the wheel. It's got to be an ace or an ace only, or we're going to be flip-flopping here. Look at that, Phil Ivey.
Well, for the first time, Jeff, Wykin Yong has the lead in the heads up.
Well, last one in the tournament, currently first of two.
Wow.
Pip behind, but the suited Jack 10. Still, Phil is a lot of splits here.
Phil's going to 3x this one, this time on the butt.
Interesting, though. This is a hand that Wykin Young's probably going to want to see some cards with.
Yeah, for sure. He's continuing here.
See at least three.
Top two for Phil, open-ender, and second pair for Wykin.
This is a collision.
All in.
Wow.
Call.
Snap call. I mean, he's still got some outs here.
Yeah, just like before, a 2-1 dog is Wykin. Can he run down the goat once more? If he does, he will be the 50k short deck champion.
A queen would be nice.
Phil asking for a card.
Phil
that
wants it
kills him.
over on the turn.
Sweat, right?
King or an 8. Those are the cards Wykin wants to see. There it is, king on the turn.
Like,
Just a queen or jack for Phil. Otherwise,
enjoying this?
Pretty much.
Wykin will be the winner.
This is my lucky dealer, though.
He says
Phil
it.
calling out all the stops.
Oh,
Well, not to be. Wykin came into this heads-up battle with just over 3 million in chips and leaves it
So good against you.
with the title and first
Sorry?
prize money. Jeff,
I'm glad to take it.
wow.
lot
Sorry,
to
man,
say. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Wykin Young, first in, last out. There he is, getting Ivan Liao love right there. His buddy sees his friend scoop the trophy, take down the GOAT. Wykin Young takes Phil Ivey. Had to get there a couple times, but
He just keeps getting it done, Jeff. He keeps winning.
Guys, let me introduce you new champion of Million Super High Roller Series in Sochi, Wykin. Our congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
What are you feeling?
feeling great actually. Yeah, and I feel sad for Phil because I run pretty good against him. 2 hands, I got lucky against him. So, but still, I take it. You know,
Was it difficult to play heads up against Phil Ivey?
I played him a bunch, so it's not unfamiliar. We play a lot, so I don't think it's too much pressure. But still, I think I played. I'm satisfied with my play, you know, but I just got lucky. So, but still, I'll take it.
Yeah. You have so famous father in poker world. Does it help you, or otherwise you feel more pressure?
Nah, I don't really feel pressure. It's the same. Yeah, I play poker for so many years, you know. It's the same.
Are you first time in Russia?
Oh, second time in Sochi actually.
Wow.
Yes.
And how's your Russian experience?
I really like it actually. I went to ski in Rosa Hutor. It's perfect.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Our congratulations again, and we wish you good luck in all other tournaments.
Thank you.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Russia! Very good. Thank you. Thank you.